Alright, welcome back guys. This is the next video in my series on how to use Easybib to write a research paper. Where we last left off, we had put some things in the bibliography. I have 4 things now. You ideally want to have more than this before you finish your paper, but a lot of times as you're writing you can find more great things, and when you do, you want to put them in your bibliography first. And you'll see why whenever we get into our next step, which is the notes and outline section right up here. So go ahead and click on notes and outline. Now this is the section of Easybib that you have to have the coupon code for. So if you don't have a coupon code, you need to contact the library at your school or university and see if there's one available. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do this next part unless you pay for the service. So the first step is to go over here to this green button and click on New Note. And a dialog box opens, and you have a place to title the note, a place to choose from the resources, a place for the quote, a paraphrase, a comment, and an identifier. So what you'll do is, once you've found a quote that you want, like here I found this quote on Britannica.com, and it was an interesting quote about Hawthorne. It says that his earliest American ancestor, William Hawthorne, was a magistrate who had sentenced a Quaker woman to public whipping. Now, I thought this was good because it shows a lot about his upbringing, his family history, but also if you know much about Hawthorne's writing, he was the author of The Scarlet Letter, where a woman is publicly punished. She's not whipped, but she's publicly punished for having a child out of wedlock. So this really seems like it might be important. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and highlight it, and then copy it, and come back to your note and go ahead and just paste it. Nope, not get my paste option. So I'll do it in edit. And go ahead and paste it where it says evidence from text direct quote, and this is the direct quote right here. Now I liked this because it was about an ancestor, so I'll go ahead and give it that title. And then for the source, I'm going to hit the drop down, and you'll see that all of the things that I've entered in my bibliography appear here. And it came from the Britannica Online Encyclopedia article, so I choose that one. And then I want to paraphrase it, so I might say something like, one of Hawthorne's ancestors publicly punished a woman like in the novel, comma, The Scarlet Letter. And then comments are sometimes necessary, sometimes not. I kind of put some commentary into the paraphrase whenever I said, like in the novel The Scarlet Letter. I could have put that down here as well. And then I need an identifier now. Your choices are page number, specific URL, paragraph. There's also other options, but in this case I wouldn't really have a page number because it's an online article. And I could give it a paragraph number, but what would probably be more useful would be the URL. So I'll just copy that. And then I paste it here. Got the paste option that time. And hit Save Note. And the note appears right here. So I'll make a second note now. I'll hit the New Note button again. And I get the same dialog box. So I go back to my resource. And I also liked this sentence: in college, Hawthorne had excelled only in composition and had determined to become a writer. What I liked about it was that word only. Makes me think he really wasn't very good at anything else. So I will paste that, and I'll give it the title College. And this comes from the same place again, Britannica Online Encyclopedia. And maybe the paraphrase will be something like, Hawthorne was only especially good at writing in college. And then the identifier would be the URL again. And then I'll hit Save Note. Okay, so I specifically made 2 notes, not just because repetition is a great way to learn, but because one of the quirks of Easybib is that when it makes your notes, it tends to stack them in this corner right here. And I've had students where this would happen on their 2nd note, and sometimes it wouldn't happen until their 3rd or their 4th, and in great consternation they'd say to me, "Miss, I just made a new note, but now my old one is missing." And that's typically because they are stacked on top of one another. So if you just click and drag them out, then you can see the old one. And that's why I kind of just advise my students to go ahead and drag them all away from that corner, because any new ones will pop up right there. And I think that that's just because they're supposed to kind of represent paper note cards, and typically one would stack them, but it makes a lot of students pretty scared whenever they tend to just disappear. So I'll see you guys in the next video.